Welcome back to Frostpunk. We are dealing with a major strike in the shaft structure, so let's see what we can do about that. We have 4 hours to negotiate. Let's negotiate with them. Workers are on strike. They are angry and refuse to work. They should shout about exploitation, terrible working conditions and deadly dangers they face daily. What will you promise them? We can... Discontent will rise greatly. So the only thing we can do to actually reduce the strike risk is to appease them with double rations. Will increase discontent and cost us 60 food rations, but I think that's the best thing we can do. So we will appease them with double rations, which means we will pay them 60 food rations. That will result in greatly increase of discontent, but also the workplace strike risk will fall. So strike is resolved, people resume work, and discontent falls. Huh. Well, it actually didn't fall, but harmful. As for coal, we are gaining 300. We are spending 350 and we're gaining 561 per day. So it's not that bad. Who should we lean on? Here we go. The first strike is over, but it won't be the last. We need to address the labor issues if we are to finish the generator on schedule. Workers would like to be given a voice and be involved in decisions, while engineers promise you results if you rely on their proven expertise. Will you empower the workers and establish the labor union, or strengthen the engineers' role and build a factory inspectorate? We will side with the engineers. Which gives us the factory inspectorate law. To improve workplace safety, factory inspectors will check if the employees follow the rules. Gives us the new building Factory Inspectorate, which will improve safety of up to 3 most dangerous workplaces. And we will have to build it, but that's fine. That severely reduced discontent. Does this thing have a radius, I wonder? Doesn't appear that it has a radius. I would have liked to have it here. Would destroy a tree, but this is something I want up as quickly as possible. Let's demolish this sawmill. How can it take so long to build that dock? Finally. We need workers in here. Discontent raises global strike risk by 1. The docks have been completed, and we also have optimized materials researched. Good in health. Let's go with the mechanical calculators. 100 wood and 50 metal. We are still 2 days ahead of schedule. Let's give them some extra rations to heal the sick quicker. This is dangerous again. Okay, now let's build a factory inspectorate there. And we can build a sawmill. Do we have enough? No, we do not have enough steel. Let's build a sawmill beside it. There looks like a good location. Need workers in here. Letters from home releasing tensions. Sir, 2 of our people got into a fist fight, apparently over the lewd picture that came by mail earlier. Nothing too serious, although one of them got a sprained wrist. The original recipient of the picture is clamoring to get it back, while the other man insists that he won it fair and square in a game of whist. As it is difficult to tell where the truth lies, people seem to expect you to settle it. We can either punish them both, we can confiscate the picture, or we can don't get involved. We will confiscate the picture. There's a minor motivation penalty there. Let's do an evening service to get it up. Now I want another reloading station here. I think we need to take 5 engineers from there and put them in here. And then give them some extra rations. The factory inspectorate is ready, and this requires engineers. That does not amuse me particularly. Foragers Unit number 3 have returned safely to the city with 4 steam cores, 5 steel composites and 250 food rations. Let's send them back out again. The icy plateau, that'll take in 1 day, 15 hours, so let's send them to the Crevenage first and foremost. We don't need the workers in the kitchen right now, so let's put 10 people in there. Mechanical calculators have been researched. Now we can do the optimized protection, so we reduce it to 4 structural profiles, which is exactly what I wanted. Let's remove engineers from here and put 5 of them in there. Factory inspectorate built. Motivation rises. So how does this thing work? Improve safety of up to 3 with full staff of inspectors. Workplaces with the lowest base safety levels. So it does increase the safety of the shaft structure itself. Currently it's on deadly, but there are no workers present, so that doesn't really matter. Put 10 workers in there. We have 10 more workers incoming, so that's good. We need more engineers. How much housing room do we have? Vacant beds 34. Maybe we should build some more tents out here. That doesn't look too efficient. If we build the tents from there, also need to build a sawmill up here. Like that. Just build a road like that. And we can build a road up to the sawmill. And the work hours in the docks as well. This one requires a road too. Just as well build a road. No, we can't. Why can't we do that? The problem. No idea. Okay. Transport has arrived with 10 workers. We need to order more engineers. 5 should be sufficient for now. Hold on here. So this one is now reducing it to unhealthy. That's good. Krevneige. Let's move on to the icy plateau. The railway track we follow leads toward an icebound plateau. Can't give emergency rations just yet. These 10 workers, put them in here. We should research something. Safety improvements. Various modifications which will improve workplace safety at the profiles manufactured by 1 level. We don't need that. We can build an additional ventilation plant. That probably is one of the better options. And then go for the efficient fans after that. So let's do that. Let's build a ventilation plant coupling and then go for the more efficient coal consumption after that. Six absences, wow. Bonus. An engineer from the factory Inspectorate comes to talk to you. I have great news, boss. To celebrate the opening of our Inspectorate, the company sent us a shipment of fine tobacco. It's a rare delight in these times. Wouldn't it be nice to share it with the workers? You actually want to share it with workers? Wow. Definitely. Great idea. So they're actually benevolent. Huh, who would have thought? About 2 days ahead of schedule, we have reached the icy plateau. The rails are covered with ice, sometimes disappearing under it. We follow them until they are no longer visible. Track to nowhere. After the track disappeared under the ice, we followed its general direction for a couple of miles, seeing nothing on the horizon, then backtracked and fanned out, trying to find the place where the track comes back up. It seems that it does not. Where did the track lead? We might never know. That's it. Are there any other locations we can visit where we haven't been? There is the rapids, so let's go to the small waterfall. %. They will finish tomorrow. Bar any major accidents again. Ventilation plant coupling has been researched. Let's move on to the efficient fans. And let's build another ventilation plant. People are now spending the night building and sleeping, I guess. About 3 days left of rations. Now, I think we want to upgrade this one to a steam sawmill. The same with that one, but that one is under construction, so we can remove it and replace it with a steam sawmill instead. This one is nearly done, so... something is going on. I guess it's more birds. Harbingers of doom. People across the whole camp leap to their feet, awakened by the sound of angry screeches. Dozens of huge birds are circling over the construction site. "The owls are back," moan terrified workers. "It's a sign. The heavens warn us. We shouldn't be here. We're doomed." After a while, the birds disappear above the bay, leaving our people severely shaking. Motivation will fall even more each morning. Fucking owls. Indeed. I concur. And I actually enjoy owls. Like, I think owls are magnificent birds, but not when they make my people do things like that. So you have arrived at the small waterfalls. Let's move on to the rapids. Up ahead, the stream goes over a series of rapids at the bottom of a deep gorge. This should complete today in 4 hours. Transport has arrived with 5 engineers. We need to order another 5 engineers. And these engineers we can put in the research facility for now. We can also pass a new law. We have internal promotion. Competent and loyal workers can be promoted to higher, more responsible posts. This gives us a new ability where we can promote 5 workers to engineers, which will also increase motivation slightly. That's very useful. It does cost us 50 steel though, but still. The other one is overseers. Overseers will visit workplaces to motivate employees and enforce compliance of proper procedures. This gives us a new building, the Overseer Station. The Overseer Station raises efficiency in nearby workplaces by 15%. Then we get new abilities, or a new ability, the Overseer's Inspection, which increases motivation but also the risk of strike. We will have to build 2 Overseer Stations, and Overseer Stations raise discontent in nearby workplaces. That leads to security outposts. I think we'll go with the internal promotion. This one is done. Put some workers in the cookhouse and do hearty meal again. No, we don't need the hearty meal. We have plenty of motivation. Let's do internal promotion. Boom. And then we have 10 engineers. As for coal, we are in the red, but that's fine. How much is left in these piles? Plenty. Would you guys hurry up and finish that so you can start chopping wood? It's actually in the green. Safe. Milestone achieved. Next milestone, build the foundations. Before laying the foundations which will support the massive bulk of the generator, you have to send your workers deep below the ground level and install the powerful tower pumps there. Efficient fans researched. That means I guess we're in the green again. Exactly. That is exactly what I wanted it to be as well. Now, we can research a new technology. I think we need... We're about 2 days ahead of schedule, so we need a machine shop. We can research that with our current low amount of resources. Now we have 30 workers running around. Hopefully they will build the... yeah, they're already on that. Good. News from London. Abandoned site. Congratulations on completing your first milestone on schedule. Meanwhile, after funding cuts and a catastrophic accident at Site 107, the project was scrapped and remaining workers scheduled for evacuation. If you can spare the men, order foragers to search these coordinates and recover whatever materials you can. We will have far from enough generators to evacuate everyone should the unthinkable happen. Your task is now even more important. We shall double our efforts. So the pressure valves, they require 10 structural profiles. The tower pumps require 10 steam exchangers. Supervision. Sir, the factory inspectors report that we need to introduce constant supervision in order to speed up work. The old methods are not good enough. We have seen enough cause enough cases of wastefulness and inefficiency to convince us that all employees would benefit from direct supervision by engineers. If you put us in charge, motivation will rise and efficiency with it. I do plan to pass the law overseers anyway, so let's do it. Okay, we need people in here. Good. We have reached the rapids. Here, close to the source, the stream is narrow and wild. We follow it, walking along the edge of the gorge. Discovered the mountain lake, but I want us to go back to the construction site so that we can go to the... I thought site 107 was here. But I want to go down to the 11 hours, 1 day, 7 hours. So let's go to the construction site. Machine shop has been researched. I would like the difference engine, but we do not have enough wood for that. Additional forwarders is also not useful currently. Steam reloading station might actually be very useful. So would faster reloading and also resource depot upgrade. And efficient gathering. I wonder if this affects the reloading stations. Let's get the safety improvements here. Build a road. Yep. Also build a road on the other side of it. Just looks better. Have available workspaces here. Put that in overtime. Now I also want another steam sawmill up here. I wanted to catch all of the trees, so let's build it there. Ah, we're out of wood. We pass a new law, so we will pass the Overseer's Law. I already described what this one does. Overseers signed on time, motivation rises. That is actually impossible. Now I'm curious, what is above this one? We have security outposts. We have strike busting, we have class segregation, and we have penal colony. This is an upgrade of Overseer's Station. I'm not sure if... It would be weird if this is... Like, penal colony obviously is a bad law to pass. Definitely. The two others, not sure. Security outpost seems legit, so... We have enough wood to build that now. They have arrived, so let's send them to the nature sculpture. We see something that from the distance looks like a gigantic statue. About a day ahead of schedule. We definitely need more wood. Let's put workers in here. Transport has arrived. So let's order 10 more workers. Let's just order 15. How is our current housing situation? We have 62 vacant beds, excellent. Safety improvements have been researched. Go with something cheap, like the resource depot upgrade. I think that's a good one. And we need workers in this building, and we need to start making structural profiles. Let's make 5 of them for now. How many did we need? 10 for the pressure valves. Can take 10 workers from here and put them in there instead. Safe. This is so bizarre. One, two, three, four, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they have reached the nature sculpture. As we suspected, it's just a tall rock sculpted by winds into a shape that from a certain angle looks like a standing human. It is a useful landmark nonetheless. We've discovered the field kitchen. Let's move up to there. We can see something that looks like a field kitchen among rocks over there. How can they see that 10 hours away in the distance? These workers do not need to do anything in here. Let's build another steam sawmill. I know I'm overdoing the wood gathering currently, but yeah. Troubled father. Sir, a worker received a letter from his wife informing him that one of his daughters is gravely ill. Dire news such as this may impact the morale of the crew. Should we redact the part about the sick daughter? Do not censor the letter. But looking at the time, I think we are at a point where it would be natural to actually end the episode. Let's see here first. Charcoal kiln now, that's for much later on. $40.25, $30.20. I don't think we're ever going to need additional foragers. Let's get the faster reloading. And we are about a day ahead of schedule. So, yeah. I think that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all in the next episode.